right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGCast episode number 521. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who actually prefers his video game trailers to be filled with violence and child abuse, Wombat.
Games should be like life.
Yes, with all the hardships and brutality within.
Speaking of hardships...
Ew. You mean he's been working out a lot?
Yeah. I meant his body.
That's much better.
Yeah.
Hi, Ship. How you doing?
Hello. I am doing fine. I did not even watch the trailers that you're talking about because
Me neither.
I saw the reaction to them and I'm good.
Oh, well, we'll talk about that a little later. We're just tickling your ass with a feather a little bit. I watched the whole thing and I live streamed it and I don't know, what do you call that? Reacted to it? But
GPD reacts.
Yeah. For a huge audience of 50 people.
Nice.
If I was lucky. We'll talk about that a little later.
Yeah.
How'd everybody's Halloween go?
Very nice, thank you. I took the day off so I could take my son trick-or-treating. We had a good
What time
time.
did you start? Like 1 p.m.?
No, we started at like 4:15, but I wouldn't have made it home. It just wouldn't have made sense. So I just said, I'll just take the day.
Yeah, no. That's good. You didn't dress up.
I didn't dress up, but we went with another couple and their son, and the dad was dressed up as he started out as Alexander Hamilton was who he thought he was going to be,
Yeah.
but he wound up bringing beers with him, so I just kept calling him Sam Adams.
That is the thing that I've noticed, that parents drink while they go trick-or-treating. Like, why is that necessary?
It's not necessary. I didn't bring any booze with me, but when you're, walking, 4 or 5 blocks or however much we walked, and someone says, "Hey, would you like a beer?" What am I going to do? Say no?
But I feel like this is a relatively
It would
new
be
addition.
rude.
A new addition to Halloween. Like drinking
Yeah.
during the trick-or-treating.
Yeah, well, did you ever go to a Halloween party when you didn't have children?
Yes, but that's not this. This is with children.
Just walking
No,
your
but-
kids around.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's not like I got shit faced.
I understand that. And I'm not talking
I
about you.
had 2 beers.
Well, you didn't
and went home.
but you didn't bring the beer. Somebody else brought the
No.
beer. I'm wondering, can't you, not you, Wombat, but you parents out there, can't you have like an afternoon activity with your kids without drinking beers?
Well, I think I can't. There are no other afternoon activities I've ever done with my children where people drink other than Halloween. I think Halloween is the exception.
I
It's
feel
not the
like it's
rule.
new though, right? Like that's not, I don't.
Yeah. Oh no, it's totally a new thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there was one of the moms, that's friends with my wife, was showing on Facebook, like, oh, stop by. I'm making like Halloween teenies. I'm like, it's it's a little much. So yeah, some people actually go overboard with it, and it's like a big thing now to have treats for the parents, so to speak.
Right. I saw a guy dressed up as David S. Pumpkins, and he had a wheelbarrow, not a wheelbarrow, like a wagon with him, and
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there was a cooler on the wagon. I was like,
Did you ask him any
A
questions?
lot of people in my neighborhood
yeah,
drive their kids around on their golf carts.
I've seen that before, like in Connecticut, in like the wealthy areas of Connecticut. But so they're probably not
we had no.
drinking.
My streets are fairly narrow and fairly long and kind of insulated by like 2 very main roads on either side. So we actually get a lot of trick-or-treaters. It's kind of cool, actually. Like from 4 to 6:30, there were just
Really?
basically children everywhere running around. It was fun to see.
Oh, I bought 2 big bags of candy, and we had 3 people show up at our house.
Well, that's because you live on top of a
Yeah,
mountain.
like who would show up at your house to trick or treat? It's
I
just
live in the bottom of a hill.
well, still like that's not like a really great place to be out trick or treating.
It's not. There's no sidewalk.
No, and you have like that longish driveway. We had we got like
Longest driveway.
Right?
well, it's like
You
it's
get
like
two
in
car
there.
lengths.
You'd have
It's
to
like
go round somewhere.
Well, now I live in like Wayne Manor. All of a sudden, with the gates,
Stately Wayne Manor.
security gates they have to get through, and the hounds they have to get past the hounds.
When I got back with Elliot from our trick or treating, we put the bucket on the porch, and we had like 4 big bags of candy, and there was maybe 12 mini Snickers left in there.
I put the bucket on the. We went out trick or treating, so I put the bucket out while we left, and I put a little note like, "Please don't take everything. Leave some for other people."
That note always works.
But I put it in next to the camera. The Ring doorbell. I was like, "This is a camera. Please be nice and leave some candy for the next people." But meanwhile, they should have taken all the candy because we had 3 people total.
Yeah, our sign said please take 2, and I set up like this. I bought at Target one of those like animatronic spiders that you hang from the ceiling, and if you wave your arm under it, the spider drops.
Right.
And I had that rigged above the candy bowl, so when you stuck your hand in the bowl, the spider dropped on you.
Right. That's cool.
It was pretty cool. I got to watch these teenage girls go and take some candy and scream and run. It was fun. That was totally worth it. Scared of the giant spider.
I dressed up as Raiden, as I mentioned. I think I mentioned that last week. I was going to do that, and it's very interesting because not everybody knows who Raiden is, and some people you look familiar, but I'm not quite sure who you are, and after like a few beers, they're really like unsure. So like I think the David S. Pumpkins guy was like, "I know who you are. Just give me the first letter." So I was like, R. Rayon. I was like, no, that's what the costume is probably made out of. But guess again. And he didn't get it. But
it was close.
It was close. Yeah, he was pretty close. And Mrs. Chibi was Chun-Li, and her costume actually came out really well. And
that's why everybody was getting thrown off.
Yeah, right. I feel like all the Asian people knew that she was Chun-Li. But the people really commented, like the adults liked our costumes, and a lot of the adults don't get dressed up at all. And I don't know, it was a lot of fun to dress up. And then, Ty's 10 now, so I don't know how many more years we have. Well,
Sabrina didn't even go trick or treating with us.
Raiden.
What's that? I didn't. You guys just talked over each other.
Sorry. Sabrina didn't even go trick-or-treating with us. She took her costume to school, went home with a friend, went trick-or-treating with her friends, got picked up by her mother at about 6:30 and came home. Right. She's already done with us. She's like, done with you guys.
Right.
Checking out.
Yeah. So I'm wearing the costumes while I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun. It was a really good time. I saw Shipwreck's kids were Princess Leia and Jabba. That was really, really cute. That was super cute.
Not in the swimsuit.
No, not Slave Leia. That would have been cool if you chained them together.
They were in a wagon.
Would that have been cool?
Part, so
if he chained his children together, that would have been cool.
I'm saying accurate to the movie. Yes, cool. Wombat. Show feedback?
Sure. Zombie Jeebus has to say, great show as always, and Wombat Fireball Island is coming back. I think the company is called Restoration Gaming. The company's thing is taking older games and re-releasing them while modernizing them for modern board games. I really love their last game, Downforce. Can't wait to see what they do with Fireball Island. I mentioned Fireball Island last week and that I would like to see it make a comeback. Turns out it is making a comeback. About a dozen people let me know. So thank you, all of you who let me know that this company's remaking the game. We'll see how much it costs when it's done. I mean, I would be more than happy to buy it if it's reasonable. Also, last week we talked about Chris Grant losing his game save in the Zelda and how upset he was about it. Of course, there was an update to that story after we recorded the show that didn't stop about, I don't know, it felt like 1,000 people from sending in a correction, even though it really wasn't a correction.
I got a few on Twitter for sure.
Yeah. So Chicken08 just wanted to let us know Chris Grant's master difficulty save was got overwritten, not his main 100-hour save file. So there you go.
This game is back on his top 5 list of the year, I guess.
So thank you, all of our listeners that seem to correct us on that.
Everybody who knew that people were following that story so closely. Woo!
Yeah.
Beautiful.